Hey, what's going on? I will get straight to it. So, I see a lot of home service contractors making this mistake with their Google business profile, and it's a pretty big mistake. If you provide multiple services, if your business provides multiple services, plumbing, HVAC, electrical, say you provide all of those three or two of those three or whatever, then your primary Google business profile category is going to be what's most important. So once again, if you provide multiple services within your home service business, the primary category you list on your Google business profile is going to be what is most important on your Google business profile. Let me tell you why. But first of all, let me tell you who I am. My name is Chris Gray. I co-own a marketing and consulting agency for home service contractors. We've helped a lot of contractors do well. Well, I make these videos for you, the woman who owns a home service contracting business. What I found in my experience is that your partner, your husband, whoever might be out in the field, they know everything about the trade they have, whether it's electrical or plumbing. They know everything about that. They can tell you all about it. They don't know as much about the business and the marketing side of what you do. And what I found is it's typically the wife who's over the business and the marketing. So I make these videos for you because if your business is going to grow, it's up to you, the one over the business and marketing. All right, so let me get to my point. This is what I mean by making sure that you have your primary Google business profile category straight. This is what I mean. So let's say you're a plumbing company and you have plumbing, HVAC, and electrical, right? Whatever, Google's only going to allow you to use one of those as your primary category when you're building your Google business profile. So whichever one you choose is going to be the most important, and it's going to be the one that you get the jobs for. If you get that wrong, then you're going to run into some issues. So I've seen some companies who want more plumbing jobs, but their primary Google business profile says HVAC, so they get more HVAC jobs, and they're wondering what's going on. It's almost like the best way for me to explain it. It's like, and this is a weird analogy, but bear with me here, okay? It's like if you were a policeman, but you're wearing a fighter's uniform, and you're sitting in a fire station next to a fire truck, and then you're getting calls about fire, and you're like, why is everybody calling me about fires? Nobody's calling me about crime. Well, you might be a policeman, but everything around you says that you're a firefighter. I see that with Google Business Profiles, where somebody will have they're primarily a plumbing business. They have a couple guys, maybe one guy who does HVAC, but for whatever reason, they got the setup of their Google Business Profile wrong. And over time, what happens? They end up getting more HVAC calls than plumbing calls, and they're wondering what the heck is happening. Let me give you some more examples of what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is, long story short, a bunch of smart people, a bunch of smart marketers, smarter than me, got together and they interviewed tons of them. And they said, hey, what are the most impactful Google business profile rankings or ranking factors that you've seen with all the businesses you work with? And they took all that data and put it into one survey here. And here are the results. And the number one most important thing was the primary Google business profile category. I can't even talk right now. So, anyways, the number one factor was the primary category you select with your Google Business Profile, and you can see the score right here, 193. What does that mean to you? Probably nothing. But what that means here is that is by far, when you interviewed all these experts, they talked to all these experts smarter than me, whatever, they said the category you select is the most important thing because they've likely seen exactly what I've seen, where people mess up with that category and wonder why they're not getting the jobs that they are in the business for. Let me show you something else. Okay, so here is an example of what I'm talking about with getting it wrong. And I'm going to assume that this company is getting it wrong. I don't know, but I'm going to assume just for this presentation here. So this is Wilson Home Services, Plumbing, AC, and Electrical. Okay. You see this big arrow pointing to HVAC contractors. So this is a business that does plumbing, they do AC, and they do electrical. But the primary category they've selected right here in the Google Business Profile is HVAC contractor. By the way, if you do HVAC, this is a side note. Don't pick HVAC contractor as your primary category. Pick something with like AC repair, AC repairman, AC service. Your everyday person doesn't type in HVAC contractor or HVAC repair. They type in AC services. So you want your primary category to be as consistent with what people type in as possible. So again, if you do AC repair, you want to be an AC repair company. You want that right here. If you do plumbing, you want to be a plumbing company. So that's a side note. Let me get out of that rabbit hole. Back to the lecture at hand here. So with Wilson Home Services, they have plumbing, they have AC, they have electrical, they've selected HVAC contractors. So just like what I was saying earlier, is assuming that this company didn't want just straight HVAC calls, well, that's what they're going to get primarily over time, because this is what they've told Google they specialize in. They said that we're an HVAC contractor, so they're going to get more of these jobs over time. So then the question becomes, okay, what do I do, or what do you do if you have two or three different services within your company? So say, for example, you're a plumbing company, but you also do HVAC and you do electrical. And you're like, okay, well, what the heck? I need jobs for all that. I got guys for all those jobs. What do I do? Well, this is the first thing you do. Whatever you have the most techs for, whatever job you have the most resources for, that needs to be your primary category. So, if you have more plumbers than you have AC repairmen or electricians, then plumbing needs to be your primary category. As you see right here in this primary category, we've selected plumber. But if you want, HVAC and electrical jobs, well, then what you do is add another category. Now, what you're doing right here, looking at my screen, is you're doing an additional category. This is called a secondary category. And then in your secondary category, you can put AC repair, or let's see, air conditioning. It's probably going to be air conditioning, right? Air conditioning repair. Sorry, well, air conditioning repair service. So that would be your second one. And then let's say you do electrical, so then your third one would be electrician. So I would sort these in the order of the jobs I want. So if I wanted plumbing, HVAC, and electrical, then my primary is plumber, secondary is air conditioning repair service, third would be electrician. That's just an example. But think about the jobs that you want and the order that you want them in. Then that dictates how you set up your Google business profile. This seems very basic, but you'd be surprised you'd be surprised on how many people get this wrong and then wonder why they're not getting the calls that they want or getting as many of the calls that they want. And then last, you can kind of switch up this strategy as your business grows. So let's say, for example, you have one location, start off with plumbing, then you add HVAC, and you're doing well. And you want to go to another city, right? If you go to another city, that means you have another Google business profile. So you go to that other city, and you could do the exact same thing where you specialize in plumbing in that other city, and then you put in your secondary categories, maybe HVAC and maybe electrical. But let's say that, you're a plumbing company, you also do HVAC, and in one area in one city, you seem to crush it with plumbing, right? In another city, you seem to get more HVAC jobs, or you want more HVAC jobs from that city. Well, in this Google business profile with this city over here, your primary category would be plumbing than HVAC, because you do more plumbing jobs over here. This other city where you do more HVAC work, you set up your Google business profile over there. Now your primary category is HVAC, and then your secondary is plumbing, right? So you can kind of mess with this strategy depending on the specific goals of your company and the specific strengths of your company. But I just wanted to give you some feedback so that you're aware of this, because, hey, it might not be a problem, and then, hey, it might be a problem, because I've seen it be a problem with business owners. Anyways, I hope this information was helpful. Wait. Before you go, please like or subscribe to this channel. And here's why. That helps other people like you see this video. So if this video helped you at all and you want it to help other people just like you, then like and subscribe, because that's the only way that it's going to help them. That's going to be the way for them to see this. I appreciate you watching. Thanks.